Have you ever met someone who seems to solve problems almost instantly, while others take forever to get to the same answer? What makes their brain think so fast? Is it just that they're smarter? Well, the answer is a little more complex and a lot more fascinating. It's not just about raw intelligence, it's about the sheer speed of thought. Today, we're diving deep into the science of speedy minds to uncover what separates the quick thinkers from the rest of us. Inside your head, you have an incredibly powerful biological computer. This brain of yours contains around 86 billion neurons, the tiny cells that transmit information. When you think, feel, or move, these neurons are firing, sending electrical signals to each other across connections called synapses. Imagine a bustling city at night, with lights flashing on and off, creating a complex, interconnected web. That's what's happening inside your skull every single second. But here's the kicker. In some minds, those connections work faster, stronger, and more efficiently. The signals travel with fewer delays and less noise, allowing thoughts to form and decisions to be made in the blink of an eye. Think of it like the difference between a dial-up internet connection and a fiber optic one. Both can access the same information, but one does it at a blistering pace. This speed is what we perceive as quick thinking. It's not necessarily that they have more knowledge, but that their brain can access and process it much, much faster. So, what are the key factors that determine this mental velocity? It's a combination of nature and nurture. Let's start with the hardware you were born with: your genes. Genetics plays a significant role in how your brain is wired. Some people are genetically predisposed to have more efficient neural pathways. This is related to something called myelination. Myelin is a fatty substance that acts like insulation around your neurons' axons, the long fibers that transmit signals. The thicker the myelin sheath, the faster the electrical signal can travel. Think of it as upgrading the copper wires in your house to high-speed fiber optic cables. Some people are simply born with better insulated wiring, giving them a natural head start in the speed department. But genetics is only part of the story. Another critical component is your brain's chemistry. Neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that help signals cross the synaptic gap between neurons, are hugely important. Chemicals like dopamine and norepinephrine are linked to focus, alertness, and processing speed. When your brain has an optimal balance of these neurotransmitters, you're able to concentrate better and process information more quickly. This is why things that affect your brain chemistry, like sleep, diet, and even your mood, can have a dramatic impact on how fast you think. Have you ever noticed how sluggish your thoughts are when you're sleep-deprived? That's your brain's chemical balance being thrown off, slowing down your neural communication. It's not just about IQ. It's about the biological and chemical environment inside your head that dictates the speed of your connections. A well-rested, well-nourished brain is a fast brain, but it's not all predetermined. The amazing thing about the brain is its plasticity, its ability to change and adapt based on experience. This is where nurture comes in. Every time you learn something new, practice a skill, or challenge your mind, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways involved. Let's go back to that myelin insulation. The more you use a particular neural circuit, the more myelin your brain produces to wrap around those axons. This process, known as activity-dependent myelination, literally speeds up the connections you use most often. This is why practice makes perfect. When you see a concert pianist's fingers flying across the keys or a professional gamer reacting with superhuman speed, you're witnessing the result of thousands of hours of training. They have built mental superhighways for those specific tasks, allowing thoughts to travel at lightning speed, turning conscious effort into instinctual, lightning-fast reactions. Let's look at some real-life examples of this in action. Consider a brilliant mathematician who can visualize and solve complex equations in their head. Their brain has developed highly efficient pathways for abstract and logical reasoning. Or think about a seasoned chess grandmother. They don't analyze every possible move on the board. Instead, their brain, through years of practice, recognizes patterns instantly. They see the board not as 32 individual pieces, but as a holistic pattern, and their mind rapidly retrieves the best strategies associated with that pattern. This is called chunking, where the brain groups information together, allowing it to be processed much faster. The same principle applies to an expert coder who can spot a bug in thousands of lines of code, or a creative writer who can effortlessly connect disparate ideas into a coherent story. They've all trained their brains to create and access these mental shortcuts, boosting their thinking speed in their area of expertise. So, the big question is, can you actually train your own brain to think faster? The answer is a resounding yes. While you can't change your genetic makeup, you can absolutely optimize your brain's performance and build faster neural connections. The first step is to prioritize brain health. This means getting enough quality sleep, eating a balanced diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants, and getting regular physical exercise. Exercise is particularly powerful as it increases blood flow to the brain, promotes the growth of new neurons, and improves your brain's chemical balance. Think of it as basic maintenance for your high-performance engine. You wouldn't expect a race car to win with bad fuel and old parts, and your brain is no different. Next, you need to actively challenge your mind. The key is to engage in activities that push you just outside your comfort zone. This is known as deliberate practice. Learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, or even playing complex strategy games forces your brain to create and strengthen new neural pathways. The novelty and complexity are crucial. If you just do the same crossword puzzle every day, your brain becomes efficient at that one task and stops growing. You need variety and increasing difficulty to keep your brain plastic and adaptable. Even simple things, like taking a different route to work or trying to do daily tasks with your non-dominant hand, can stimulate your brain in new ways. Another powerful technique is to train your focus. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions. This multitasking culture fragments our attention and prevents us from engaging in the deep, focused thought required to build strong neural pathways. Practicing mindfulness and meditation can be incredibly effective tools for improving your ability to concentrate. By learning to quiet the mental chatter and focus on a single point, you're essentially training your brain's executive functions. A more focused mind is a faster mind because it wastes less energy on irrelevant stimuli and directs all its resources to the task at hand. It's about reducing the noise so you can hear the signal more clearly. Ultimately, your brain's speed is a dynamic quality, not a fixed trait. It has a combination of your biological inheritance and the lifelong effort you put into training and maintaining your mind. The more you challenge it, the more you feed it, and the more you focus it, the quicker and more efficient it becomes. Every new fact you learn, every problem you solve, and every skill you master is not just an abstract achievement. It's a physical change in the structure of your brain. You are the architect of your own neural network. The brain grows with every thought. So, don't be discouraged if you don't feel like the fastest thinker in the room. Instead, see it as an opportunity. Your mind holds incredible potential for speed and agility, waiting to be unlocked. Think faster, live smarter. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the mind fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. What do you do to keep your mind sharp? Let us know in the comments below.